Sagittarius, welcome back. This is A from High Five Sci Five Tarot. This is your October 2022 Sun, Moon, Rising sign, and Venus for the sign of Sagittarius. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps next month's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Thank you for being here, and the continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and you could also scroll down at the end of the reading. You could make your own 3-card spread there. And if you, speaking of, there's something in here that you want to hear today. Perhaps you are still confused with your 3-card spread from the reading in the link in the description box below. You may send me an email through tarot@high5shyvibes.com so that I could make the interpretation for you for free. Okay, so your current energy or the core of your reading, the Tower. This is Rapunzel. They are banished. Look at that. They are banished by the queen, quote unquote, her mom, because she was instructed to not to let anyone else be in the tower, and the prince came to the tower using her hair. She allowed somebody in the tower, so they were banished. Everything that is not built on a solid foundation is about to fall apart. This is what the tower is all about. Everybody fears the tower because this is that slap from the universe, that turning point in your life. But I always see the tower as something positive, because usually this turning point happens, or this lap from the universe happens at a moment. It's the last straw from the universe. It will not come. You will not be surprised that this will coming somehow. Sometime you saw it coming. If this is a failure of a relationship, or perhaps a struggle within the relationship, you knew it was coming. There were signs all along, but perhaps you have refused to notice those signs or to listen to your intuition. And so the tower would happen. It's a breakthrough moment for you. It could be a breakthrough moment for you. You could see it as something negative, but you could also see it as a learning moment. Most of the time, people see it as the end of them, but if you shift your perspective, it is always a learning moment. It's something for you to make change, to accept the reality of the situation. As I have said, it's a slap from the universe. So perhaps right now, dear Sagittarius, something is falling apart in your life, or your love life is falling apart, your marriage is falling apart, you're turning cold with your person, or perhaps you realized you unearthed something about your partner that you never knew all along. You realize something that is not real at all in the relationship, perhaps, or perhaps you suddenly realize that this person is not really for you, or perhaps you knew that there was a third party, or perhaps it's that cold moment. That moment when you unearth something, and then this comes as a surprise to you. You suddenly turn cold. It's like an ice bucket has been splashed all over you. That is that moment that you could be experiencing right now. It's something is shaking your core at this current moment, and perhaps it is confusing you. Perhaps it overwhelms you, confuses you. You are not really sure what to choose. You run the risk of turning into addiction. Perhaps you run the risk of doing something ridiculous if you have talked to your friends about this. Okay. I could be connecting with a Sagittarius born individual who is married, and this marriage is about to, it's a breakdown. The marriage is starting to fall apart. You could see the cracks in the marriage. You could see the cracks in your relationship. If you are not married, perhaps the person you're dealing with is now showing that their true self. You're starting to see their their other side, which you didn't expect. Look at that. The mask is now being, the real face is now being revealed to you. And look at that, a wedding that has turned sour, and so it ends in tragedy. Defeat. And it gives you that confusion. It gives you that feeling lost. I am getting that energy of you, of Sagittarius here, feeling lost. Let me just fix my light. Sagittarius feeling lost, planning to dear Sag, you run the risk of doing something stupid right now. Perhaps you need a breather. For some of you, I'm not sure if there is a third party here. The cards do not show, maybe not as of the moment, but I am hearing devastation. Somebody here is devastated, and it seems it's you. It's coming from your end. You run the risk of doing something very ridiculous. Perhaps confront your person, confront the third party if there is a third party. Yeah, there's 3 here. There could be a third party. For some of you, there could be a third party and you just learned about it right now. There seems to be a push and pull between you understanding the situation. Understanding, I mean understanding in a sense that you would see it as a teaching moment, as a learning moment. What can you learn from this situation? There's a push and pull with that, versus you wanting to fight. Emotions being out of whack, emotions unstable, emotions unsure, uncertainty. You're unsure about what to do. Feelings of being left alone, healing. Okay. I strongly feel that you could be at a point right now of feeling overwhelmed or drinking way too much so that you could distract yourself from this hurt or this pain. But I strongly feel that between you and your person, you would be the first one to accept defeat, accept this loss, and work on your healing. Right now, there seems to be also a struggle between your mind and your heart. Mind, should I leave now? Should I pack my bags? Should I talk to this person? Should I quote unquote revive the relationship, try to fix it, versus you accepting the reality of the situation and moving forward, just keeping your head low and forgiving your person. That is what I am getting at right here. You know that there is some plan here. I mean, if there's some confusion around you, I feel that you are confused whether what to plan about. You know that you should start planning, you should start envisioning where you should be going right now, what you should be doing, and you know that the resources are within your reach. Planning your next move, perhaps, because there seems to be it's not, you were hurt, yes, but it's more of you're not lingering on that hurt. You're not acting based on that hurt, but you are acting out of maturity. You would want to come from a space of maturity. There could be feelings of there could be feelings of you could feel that you are trapped. Perhaps you have children. You have children and you don't want to hurt the feelings of the other because the children would be affected much by it. If your breakup or if the divorce has happened in the recent past, the confusion may have happened alongside with it. But right now, there is a struggle between you being mature about it and moving forward, giving yourself a pat in the back versus embracing the pain or finding a time for you to mourn, to grieve. Perhaps you haven't gotten much time for you to grieve this loss or to mourn what has happened because you are more of the action-oriented type of person. You would, if you were hurt, you would rise up immediately and do something to avenge it or do something for you to move forward quite easily. This energy is quite strong here. While your mind is telling you it's time to move forward or it's time to plan to make a game plan for you to get out of the situation, your heart is kind of struggling right now. Your heart is struggling to keep up with what your mind is thinking. There seems to be, if this is not mental torture, perhaps some of you feel that you are left alone. Perhaps some of you feel that you should spend more time mourning, feeling the feelings. That's what I am getting. Your mind is telling you to move on quick and you know you could do it, but your heart is saying for you to take it slow, to give yourself some time to process it. You might feel very ready to move forward, but you lack the motivation for you to take action on that, and perhaps that is what's bringing you confusion. You know that you're not that kind of person. You are also telling yourself that you have to take a rest. You cannot take so much more. I mean, this is my limits right now. I think I should pause and I should process everything before I could jump right back to my normal self and move forward. Let me just move it right there. That's where the confusion I see is coming from. You know, you could you could jump right back to where you started, or you're not the type of person who would back off a challenge. You're not the type of person who would say no to new beginnings. You're the type of person who could get on something new and be good at, you are so good at starting over. You are good at taking those risks. But you know, you are in a mature space, or you have that courage strong enough for you to acknowledge your vulnerability, to acknowledge that there seems to be there's a loss here, or a pending loss, and you have to process it. You have to feel the feeling, because you're so good at not feeling the feelings, or perhaps you are so good at hiding your emotions. I don't know, but you know, you need to back off. You need to respect. You have to honor your feelings. You are so mature to a point that you know that you have to honor those feelings. There's healing here. The star here, this is a positive sign for you. This is a star, calm and collected. You are this person. I mean, you have a lot of challenges or blockages around you. There are a lot of troubles, issues, or pain, but you know that you could, in no time, you could move on from that, and you are willing to move on from that. This is a good sign, because this always goes after, the star card is always after the tower. For whatever failure of relationship, healing always comes after. And sometimes people do not have the courage to bring themselves to process it and to heal. to go on a healing journey. They just sweep it under the rug until it shows off or it becomes a pattern in their other relationships. But you, the Sagittarius born individual I'm connecting to right now, connecting with right now, seems to be aware of this, that you need to work on that healing first before you move forward. You are laying all the burden down, and you know that you have to pause. You're not the type of person who would pause, but yeah, as I've mentioned, there could be there is that is where the struggle is coming from. Because you could get past it quite easily, but you know it shouldn't be that way. Okay, the person you're dealing with could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I strongly feel that this person is also struggling to, if not keep it together, they are struggling to stand by their shit. Faking it till they make it, perhaps. They know they made a mistake. They are at fault, or they have misgivings, and they're struggling to move on from you. If there is somebody here in this connection who could easily move forward or move on from this pain or from this falling apart or whatever this Cold War is, I strongly feel that it is you, dear Sagittarius. The person you left behind or who left you behind is struggling to keep it together. To, if you are undergoing divorce or undergoing, they're struggling with maintaining their lies. That is what I am getting. And if you have decided on marriage counseling or therapy, couples therapy, this person seemed to be not showing interest, or they have their own pace, and they hate you for, you know that you have the ace, you have all the aces in your hand, and they know it. You're just keeping your head low and doing your own thing, planning for your highest good, or whatever ways, planning on ways on how you could move forward for your mental health, perhaps. And they are annoyed by the fact that you are okay. That is what I am getting. They're having a hard time to put up with their shit. The person you're dealing with seems to be doing something new, exploring new horizons. Perhaps they have, from their social media, they have already moved on from you, or they're showing that they have already moved on from you. They're relocating, or they are starting a new business, doing something new. But nothing new is really happening around them. If I kind of getting that vibe that in their social media they're projecting something that doesn't seem true, and real life, off cam. As I've mentioned, they're trying to put up an image of, let's say, joy or happiness in their current state, but really they are struggling inside. They're really struggling with putting up that image. There's something that, look at this, there are two snow globes here. They know that they have to shake things up, but everything is still stagnant for them. If this is not struggle to move forward or to move on from you, there seems to be a struggle, an issue that they have swept under the rug. It keeps on resurfacing, and perhaps that issue that they have with themselves has shown up in your relationship with this person, and it's something that they're having a hard time to deal with. This is a shadow self. Their shadow self could be an addiction, could be a family issue, a trauma that they haven't healed from, and it has taken its toll on them and in your relationship, and you knew it. If not, you knew it when you have broken up, or in the process of you breaking up. Something around them is not changing. They know that they have to change something around them, or if not, something about themselves, and they're not doing anything. They're just sitting on it. But it's kind of weird because their social media is not revealing it. Risk averse, pretending that they are happy, but they are not. I mean, I don't think like this is a big deal to you. I mean, this person have done you wrong, but you only wish for the best. You wish for the best for them. That is what I am getting. Oh, you're so kind, dear Sag. You were the one who's hurt, but you know there are two sides to each story, and it takes two to tango. You are taking accountability for your actions. If ever you're the person you're dealing with, I'm getting an immature vibe from them. I'm not sure if it's because you're way too mature, or they're just really immature, because they have what I'm keep getting from their cards is that, one, they're putting up an image. If you call them out, they would hate you for it. They would never admit to those misgivings. They will never admit to their mistakes. They always see themselves as the right person. They love to argue, and they would like to compete. That is what I'm getting here. So if you would love a heartfelt conversation with this person, I feel that they would accuse you of something else. They would accuse you that you are not sincere. They would accuse you that you want something from them, that you are envious of them. That is what I'm getting here. And they're acting so cold. They run the risk of, if you call out this person, they would lash out on you. This is a cold-hearted bitch. This is the Queen of Swords, very truthful. But with the presence of her other cards, I strongly feel that it's coming from a place of insecurity. I mean, they lash out on you. They say things to you because they're hurting inside. You know those kind of people, like bullies, and Karens in the world. They lash out on someone because they are really traumatized inside. This person is wants to eat you alive. I mean, you call out their shit, they will eat you alive. And but I don't know. I feel that they are not aware that they are hurting you in the process. I mean, they just feel they are so tired of putting up a face, and they are not admitting it. They're exhausted being somebody that they are not, and you knew it all along. You signed up for that. Perhaps this person, you have a big age gap with this person, but you came into the relationship thinking that they would change, perhaps, or perhaps your good vibes would influence them into being a better person they should be. But it didn't turn out that way, so it's not your fault, dear Sagittarius, but perhaps you could use this experience for you to reflect on, do you have a messiah complex? Do you want to save this person? Do you feel like you are that savior who could change people? I mean, perhaps plan a getaway for you to reflect instead of planning a getaway for you to chase this person or to speak with this person. In what ways could you give that healing journey a completion? of what you have learned so far in your life. In what ways can you free yourself from these feelings of entrapment? In what ways can you open up the key to your to that wisdom that is within you? Secrets. You hold the key. You hold the key to getting to knowing this secret, or you hold the key towards getting into that wisdom. It's like a Pandora's box. The mystery, unearthing or solving the mystery of love. Hidden thoughts. In what ways can you plan for you to get into to reflect on both your misgivings and your successes. How well do you know yourself, and how it gets reflected to your relationships? Have you really spent some time to get to know yourself better? And yeah, this card is all about unearthing an aspect of you, perhaps shadow work, doing some shadow work, or understanding yourself more than understanding other people. How well do you give yourself the permission and the time to get to know yourself better? So continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and I hope to see you around, dear Sagittarius. Thank you for being here. My name is A, and see you next time. Bye.